What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Again, I am Kyle with Limitless Power Sports Service and Repair. This is a continuation of that 2014 Massimo MSU 800 that we had done the valve adjustments on. Customer stating that he did have some issues with it starting. That's kind of why we were checking the valves out on this thing. But I have noticed when I plugged into it and I checked the codes, I had a IAC motor error, but I thought it was from having a low battery because I had a low battery voltage. But what I happen to see here is, let me take you off the stand here real quick. Right here, this intake is cracked all the way around, all the way through. So that's going to pull too much air. And after the IAC motor adjusts it back here and everything for the airflow, it is still pulling too much air here. So we're going to run into issues with the map sensor, and the map sensor telling the IAC motor what to do, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So we definitely going to seal that. We're going to pull this off and check it out. And see what we got going on there. So we're going to go ahead and yank this off real quick and see what we got. I'll just slap you guys back on the stand here real quick. And hopefully that's clear enough. It looks a little yuck on this thing. Let me go ahead and clear the lens up. Hey, that looks a little bit better. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and pull that off real quick. We'll grab a Phillips head screwdriver. Let me walk around to the other side here. We're going to yank this off and see if that crack, I'm pretty sure it goes all the way through from what I can tell. Well, that was pretty loose anyways. Guys, definitely go through these machines and check all your nuts and bolts. It should be done prior for your PDI inspections and stuff when you buy them, but nothing stays tight forever most of the time on these. So got both these loose. Let's go ahead and pop it off here real quick. Ooh, okay, that explains why I got an IEC motor error. If you guys want to look into this, holy smokes. Another issue when it comes to, you guys, mud and stuff like that. Let me grab my flashlight. Here is the intake. Let me go on and get my GoPro. Can you see that? That is all mud. Mud everywhere. That definitely needs to be cleaned out. And that crack does go all the way through there. Let's check this intake track out real quick. Let me go and pull you off the stand again, move it out of the way. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so air intake, where it goes into your air cleaner, which he doesn't have one in here. Not good. Definitely pulls too much air, and as you can see, all the crap and debris in there. Not sure if he took it out to clean it and brought it to me because he's the one who took all the skins off of it. So intake track. Well, look at that. Completely packed with mud. So we're going to yank the intake track off this thing, clean it out. We'll check the injectors and make sure those are clean. Check the intake ports on the heads, make sure that's clean. Throttle body, that's not good. So guys, I'm just going to pull this whole entire intake track off, clean it all up really good. Hopefully it didn't ruin the IEC motor by getting dirt down in there. Those things are pretty sensitive to that. If it does, you can get them off of Amazon for about 70 bucks. It is the same idle speed controller, idle air control motor that is already on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and yank this stuff off. We'll get a better look at it here in a second. We'll take a look down inside the cylinder heads and make sure there's not too much down in there.
Wrapped in different sheets. I'm fired up, sweating when I think of you.
All right, so you guys saw that time lapse me getting all this stuff off. Let's take a look down in the in here. You can see the dirt and debris around the edge of that. I'm trying to get you a good shot with some light here. And that is cylinder number one. Cylinder number two, cylinder one, you can see the valves were kind of hung open a little bit. You can see before I did adjust these in the last video, but I can see a little bit of debris and stuff, and the valves were pretty tight at that time. Here's cylinder number two. You can see all the junk again around the outside, kind of down in the intake track a little bit on the sides. Let's walk over here to the lift real quick. I don't have very good light over here at the moment. It's actually in the UTV. So you can see all the dirt and debris. And this guy here, you know, it's the IAC motor runs up in that little hole, and that thing gets full of dirt and debris, causes this thing to go out. Like I said, they're about $70. These are TPS. I forget how much those are. I've replaced those in the past. If you guys own one of these, man, if you get one of those code readers, they're pretty darn cheap. They're pretty expensive, about $300 from Massimo. Yeah, here it is. I got it over here on Workbench. It works for all that Linhai Hisun products. I think I got it from Massimo, $300. It does read regular OBD2, not as well as high expensive ones, but this thing works really well for here. You can track and stream your data. There's a part number and everything for that. Comes a nice little box, or case I should say. I've used it a ton in the past. Works amazing. But that's how I found out I had an IEC error code and a low voltage. Of course, the battery is really low, trying to crank it over. And like I said, the intake tract is just completely packed full. Then you have your map sensor right here. That gets all clogged up. And they're also down here on the inside, that little knob sticking out there, that little tab, that gets dirty. It's kind of like your cars, man. It doesn't run right. So make sure you use map sensor cleaner on that. You don't want to use contact cleaner, brake cleaner. Kind of leaves a little bit of a residue behind. And then, of course, you guys can see down in the air cleaner here where it's supposed to be. I don't know if he took it out. I've been running without it, but it is just packed full of mud and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw up my parts washer, clean everything out here, and we'll slap this bad boy back together and see if this thing will fire up and run properly.
Say nothing more. I'll fight until I'm black and blue. I'm just a man with nothing left to lose. You make me feel like I am bulletproof. I'd run through fire just to get to you. Till I'm black and blue. I smoke my last cigarette. I live for you. I'm hooked. I'm addicted to the taste of you. Your lips, no, there's nothing sweeter around. One kiss will lay me out on the ground. They'll say that I'll never go back for you. I'm bad for you. Say nothing more. I'll fight until I'm black and blue. I'm just a man with nothing left to lose. You make me feel like I am bulletproof.
All right, guys, we got everything back in here, back together, all cleaned up. I reset the TPS motor to 0. Of course, I use my my OBD2 reader. Hooks up to this. You can read all the parameters. So I set it back, make sure it's set back to 0. I did just tape up the air intake, just trying to seal it for now till the other one gets here. Everything is clean. There is no air cleaner. Everything looks good. All the parameters look correct according to what I have. So I fired it up. It fired right off and ran really nice for about 30 seconds. Now I know why he was telling me he was having a hard time starting it. Number 2 cylinder started knocking like crazy and literally shut the motor off. I shut it off. It was so loud. At first I thought maybe the clutch, but it got louder and louder and louder. I mean, I might as well just fire it up and let you guys hear it to see if it'll run. I don't know. It's pretty significant. If it goes, it goes. It's the nature of the beast. So here we go. You hear that? Yeah. So what's happening is the number 2 cylinders are locking up. So we got everything else taken care of on here. I'm going to try to edit this pretty quick, get it out to you guys. Comment, If you guys want to see motor rebuild on this thing, I'll probably end up doing both cylinders just to get it done if he wants to do it. He may not even want to touch it. So, but let me know if you guys are interested in that. And we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Again, I am Kyle with Limitless Power Sports Service and Repair. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.